You can walk into a room without saying a single word and still make everyone pay attention to you. But only if you know how to use a silent move that few people have mastered, and those who master it are never ignored again, because they become the kind of person who doesn't need to raise their voice or force their presence. They just walk in, and the room reacts. And we're not talking about looks or charisma. This is about understanding the invisible game of power, the one most people are playing without even realizing it. If you're tired of being the guy no one notices, the one who speaks and isn't heard, who's always trying to prove himself, stick with me until the end. Because today, you're going to learn how to flip the switch with a single silent move that can change everything. Most people walk into a room thinking about what they're going to say, but those who truly own the room walk in thinking about how they'll be perceived before even opening their mouth. There's a game being played all the time, an invisible game of reading, posture, and presence. You don't need to say a word. Your body is already speaking for you. And here's the detail no one told you. People's attention is drawn to those who radiate confidence, not because of their clothes, not because of their looks, but because of an invisible field called presence. You've seen it before, that person who walks in and clearly isn't looking for anyone's approval. They're just comfortable where they are, with who they are, and with what they represent. That triggers something deep in people's minds that says, if he doesn't need to prove anything, maybe he really has something the others don't. That's the moment the game shifts, because the one who needs to prove himself has already lost, and the one who simply exists with intention wins effortlessly. But this doesn't happen by accident. There's a key that needs to be turned, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about now. So pay close attention, because what comes next is the silent move that will completely change the way people see you. From now on, every time you walk into a room, you're going to imagine that you own the place. That's it. Simple. You're in charge. You can do anything. You don't need anyone's approval to take action. This is incredibly powerful, because your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It simply reacts to what you believe. And when you believe you own the room, your body language changes completely. Your posture opens up, your voice becomes calmer, and your gaze grows stronger. You start to radiate confidence without even trying. And just by projecting that confidence, you become someone others naturally follow. That's why real leaders often say less, but everyone listens, because they own the room through presence, not words. And here's the craziest part. You don't need to be rich, famous, or successful to use this. You just need to believe and act. This is the silent move, and once you master it, people will never look at you the same way again. But there's one thing you have to be careful about, and that's overdoing it. Now that you know what the move is, here comes the most delicate part, using it wisely. Because if you overdo it, if you walk in with your chest puffed out too much, with a forced stare, trying to be something you're not, you won't look confident. You'll look needy, and neediness is the opposite of power. So the secret is to pretend you own the room in order to become more authentic, not to act like you're better than everyone else. Because truly powerful people don't try to dominate others by showing off. They don't interrupt. They don't fight for attention. They radiate calm, and that's what commands respect. So when you use this silent move, use it to be real. Not to show off, not to prove yourself to anyone. Let people feel your presence naturally, because true power doesn't need to make noise. It's felt in the air. It's subtle, almost invisible, and that's exactly why it can't be ignored. In the end, the presence that truly dominates is the one that never tries to dominate anyone.